Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Craig Ben, a.k.a. Cash K, here back with another NBA Thrive Fantasy video. We're going to talk something a little bit more unique. They also have props over here, so if you want to play some props, again, we'll go through. We're going to play one of their games that they have, $20 entry, and we'll talk about where basically you're picking over or under like props, but they have a score instead. So we'll go over it. It's something a little bit different. It's Taco Tuesday, so let's get a little bit freaky here. So let's check it out. All right, as you can see, I have Thrivefantasy.com up here on the desktop here. We're going to go through some things. They do have a prop lobby. You can check that out as well. Very similar to all the other sites out there, props. You're just picking over or under. And their games are very similar as well in their contest lobby. So we're going to check out one of the contest lobby, check out something a little bit different. We're going to go this $20 entry here and click into this. Only 220 entries in this. $20 to get in, 1K up top. And basically all you're doing here is they got 20 different picks. You're picking basically 12 of these. 10, the first 10 you pick are the ones that you want, and the last two are ice picks, which are basically in case of emergency prop. It's very important, especially now late in the season, guys get scratched and whatnot, and so we're going to go ahead and pick these. I'm just going to talk through all 20 picks like I have done before in the last few videos here. But if you don't have an account, you want to try this out, head over and use that promo code DFSArmy and get yourself that 100% instant deposit match up to $100. And one of the great things as well is if you want a free month of DFSArmy VIP membership, and you are a first-time Thrivefantasy.com member here, then you are eligible for a free month as long as you deposit at least $20. Again, in the description below, you can check out how to qualify for that. So let's just dive into this real quick. We're going James Harden here, the first one, 22.5 points. Like I said, basically you're just going over under like you do before, but with this, you're just accumulating points instead of right or wrong. It's just points. So it's a little bit different where, you have to get it right, but you also have to think a little bit and decide if you want to go over or under this. 22.5 points for James Harden here. It's one of those situations where they're going up against Milwaukee. He's going to be, shooting a ton here. I'm going to lean the under here at 105 points. He's played Milwaukee twice this year. He's only put up 20 and 16 points. Not saying he can't get hot and put up a ton of points, but I think he's going to facilitate the ball a little bit more here. So I'm going to go under on this one. Joel Embiid over 12.5 rebounds. This is another tough one because that number is probably about where it should be. If we look at Joel Embiid, he's went over this mark at 6 of his last 10 games. He's played Milwaukee once on February 17th. He put up 14 rebounds. Again, 110 points. I'm going to go for the over here. If we're trying to win this thing, we got to get some points. And there's chances he can hit this over. If we're looking at his last 10 games, some of the ones that he's went over, he's put up 17 rebounds against Cleveland, 13 in Toronto, 15 against Phoenix. Why not here? If it's Brook Lopez that's out there, he should easily be able to get those rebounds above him. Tyrese Maxey, 3.5 assists. I'm going to go the under here. I know this is a low number. The juice is actually on the under. He's only went over this in 3 of his last 10 games. If you're going to get 120 points out of him, I'm definitely leaning the under here. Brook Lopez over 1.5 blocks. I'm going to skip this one. I don't want anything to do with the blocks. I'm just going to skip it. Yes, you can get 130 points if you get the over, but I don't think it's worth even touching this, especially when we got some really good plays already. Chris Middleton over half a steal. Again, with James Harden the way he is, you only get 70 points for this. I would take the over. James Harden can cough it up a ton when he's doing everything that he does. The over seems like an easy one if you're but I don't. For 70 points, I think I would skip it. Giannis, 44.5 points and rebounds for Giannis here. Going up against Philly. Again, it's a really close spread, 1.5 point favorite for Philly, 229.5 over under. He's played Philly twice this year. He's went over this number once, 47 back on November 9th. Went under it, though, on February 17th at 43. I think it's a good number. I really do. I don't think I'm going to touch it. And again, they see it as a coin flip. If you want to guess which way it's going to go, I guess I would lean over, but I don't really want to touch that one. I feel like that line is right. Porzingis, the old unicorn, man, the old stinking unicorn. We have 8.5 rebounds and assists with him. Played in Chicago. Chicago's on a back-to-back. They played last night and had a tough loss to the Knicks. I don't know what I want to do with this one. kind of want to lean the over. We don't have any, Kuzma's not going to play here. Chicago's only favored by 2.5 here going into Washington. So again, it's only 85 points. I would want to lean the over on this. But again, it's not a ton of points. You don't always have to go for the biggest point figure, so we can go over on that one. DeMar DeRozan, 31.5 points and assists here. Very similar kind of situation. I was heavy on DeMar DeRozan. If you checked out one of my other videos yesterday, I thought he was going to kind of take the scoring over, and he did. He put up 38 real-life points. Going up against Washington, I think this is another situation where we can look to take advantage of this situation. So I'm going to go the over on him with DeMar DeRozan. Zach LaVine over 34.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Again, he's going to have to stay aggressive. I don't know if I want the over or under on this one. I might stay away from it. I still think DeMar DeRozan is going to just continue to take over things. But 34.5 feels a little light. I would lean the over, but I'm not going to touch that one. Dwight Howard, blocks and steals, 1.5. Again, that's probably all he does. But this thing could blow out in a heartbeat. I don't see them. LeBron James is doubtful. Anthony Davis is doubtful. Dwight Howard could play, but Dallas is favored by 11.5 in this game. I just kind of want to stay away from this in general with Dwight Howard. LeBron James, like I said, he is doubtful this game. This one's just a moot point. I don't think he's going to play. Finney Smith over 6.5 rebounds. Again, in a game that's going to blow out, I don't think you would really want to touch this. He's played the Lakers twice this year and put up 9 rebounds in both games. Lakers are ranked 26th in rebounds allowed, but it's one of those situations where is he going to see full game mode here, right? And that's the big worry with him. The juice is on the under, though, with the rebounds. So we might take the under on this one. If it was a full game, I would take the over, but with this game Mike blowing out with Dallas favored by 12, we might take the under here and just take the 95 points. Same thing, Luka over 8.5 assists. Another situation, if the game was competitive, I think I would love this. He's only played the Lakers once back on March 1st. He put up 5 assists. He's only went over this mark in 3 of his last 10 games. With it going blowing out, I would take the under on this, just thinking about a blowout. Kevin Durant, points, rebounds, 34.5 for him. Another situation where Brooklyn is 13.5 point favorites with a 231 over under. And if we look at points and rebounds, what he's been doing, he's went over this mark in 6 of his last 10 games. They need to continue to win here. You know, I mean, he could put up 34 real life points here. It just comes down, how competitive is it? How much do they really need him to get there? That's the only true worry. The matchup is perfect for him. So that's the one where you worry. It's a blowout. Maybe take the under if you think he's going to hit, or if it's going to be close, smash the over. I think I'm going to stay away from that one. Seth Curry, over rebounds and assists for him. That's a tough one as well. I'm going to stay away from that one. I kind of want to lean the under here, but I'm going to stay away from that one. Kyrie Irving, same kind of thing. Points and assists, 32.5 for him. Another situation where there's a blowout. I mean, this is one that could hurt you as well. You know, Durant seemed to be carrying a little bit more of the load than Irving has, especially with Irving being able to play these home games now. And this game is against Brooklyn, or at Brooklyn, so he can now play these games. But yeah, it's one of those things, you know, do you want Durant or do you want Irving? And are they going to play a full game? That's the big worry here. I might just take Irving, and maybe he wants to get the scoring going because he struggled a little bit. So maybe we'll take the over on that one. Cade Cunningham, 35.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I think he's going to blow out, so I'm going to take the under on this one. Donovan Mitchell, 28.5 points, going up against the Clippers. I think we can take the over on this one. You know, going up against the Clippers, Bogdanovich is still questionable. Gobert is questionable as well. He should just have to do a little bit more here. You know, Clippers are favored actually by 1 in this game, which is pretty shocking. So I don't mind taking a chance on the over on a guy like this who can put up 30 points any given night for 110 points. Zubac, 7.5 rebounds for him going up against Utah. With Gobert being questionable, if Gobert's out, I kind of like the over on Zubac's over 7.5 rebounds. So that's the way I would go on that. And then Reggie Jackson, 29.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Again, that's one of those things where if it's a competitive game where it looks like it should be, maybe you take the over on this. Paul George is questionable. I don't think he's going to play. Why bring him back? But yeah, I mean, the way Reggie Jackson was playing, I would take the over on this one as well. So that's how you do it. You just go through and pick the favorite 10 you want, and then pick 2 ice picks, and then let her rip, man. So again, if you don't have that account over at Thrivefantasy.com, you can head over there, use that promo code DFSArmy, play in these contests, or go over to the prop lobby and check out the prop lobby. You know, you can use these videos or other videos that I do for the props, and win a little bit of cash. And if you don't have an account and you want to just get a free month of DFS Army, you know, throw 20 bucks in here, use the DFS Army code, and get you a free month of DFS Army VIP membership and see what we're all about. Again, we're not just about basketball. You get that VIP membership, you're getting NASCAR, esports, you're getting the whole gambit. We have our own optimizer and everything else. So check it out in the description below, and I will see you guys on the flip side. Deuces.